Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here today to bring you the excerpt from Yogananda's original teachings for the noontime inspiration today. And I'm still reading from Swami Kriyananda's autobiography, The New Path. We're finally starting a new chapter, chapter 26. Here's the excerpt. It's sort of a fun one today. You might like to know something of the history of our Hollywood church, the master remarked to me one day, now that you are lecturing there regularly. Naturally, sir, I replied. I'm eager to learn everything I can about the work. We built the church during the war. New construction wasn't allowed at that time, but we were able to build legally anyway. We bought an old church and had it moved onto the property. The building was a mere shell, Master chuckled. How the neighbors howled. But we fixed it up, stuccoing the walls, fixing the roof, painting everything beautifully, and putting invaluable stained glass windows. Finally, the building looked completely new. The master paused reminiscingly. I picked this particular quotation because, well, we're not here in America in a state of war for certain, although we know that war is raging in other parts of the world right now. But we are in a state of a lot of confusion and flux. The headlines are filled with very sad situations, and certainly inflation is heating up, gas prices are going up. In any case, the challenges of difficult economy and so on are upon us. And what I liked about this particular little paragraph is that it speaks to the art of superconscious living. It speaks to, Yogananda, of course, leads the way. He points the way to thinking creatively, thinking outside of the box, not accepting no for an answer. No, you can't get a building permit at this particular time. Well, we needed a building, so he went out and found an old building and moved it to the property that he'd purchased and set about with the monastics there and other workers to complete the building and make it available as a church for devotees. What a great illustration that was, because it's so practical for all of us. What does it mean to think superconsciously, to think outside the box? What it means is to think outside the box of our own ego, and ego by its very definition is limiting. And to attune our consciousness, to lift our consciousness to divine truths and divine consciousness, to ask the question and expect the answer as the child would expect the answer from the parent. Swami Kriyananda used to tell us again and again many stories about the over 400 pieces of music that he wrote. He knew at a certain part of a certain piece of music what it was that was needing to express itself through the music. He would have a clear thought in his mind about what was needed. He'd ask the question, and voila, the answer would come immediately through inspiration. When we can have that kind of dialogue with the divine, with God within us and all around us in every atom of creation, then solutions can come. They can be found. And so this is what I felt so much inspiration from in this particular paragraph. It seems like every paragraph, each in its own way, carries meaning to this particular moment in time for each and every one of us. So, superconscious thinking, positive living, and inner communion, that inner dialogue with the divine. Joy to you, and we'll see you again on Thursday. Blessings. Bye-bye now.